Every sip of Coca-Cola brings you closer to the excitement of the FIFA World Cup 26. Because nothing compares to the joy. So grab a Coke and drink in the FIFA World Cup 26. No purchase necessary. 13 plus in 50 U.S. states and D.C. with a web-enabled device. Ends March 1st with 8 entry periods. Rules at cokeurl.com/soccerrules.
It's Deprogram, the podcast where we try to get you into a band. That's right, we've done all the work for you. All you have to do is press play and listen. My name is Justin, and you could call me Band Curious because I am indeed curious about bands. These bands get put in front of me. I like to talk to my friends about why it is that they like these bands, and in doing so, we will create a top 10 circuit list to get you started on this band. And today is, of course, not unlike is the word I'm trying to say, any other of those. You could say it's not funny anymore. You could say we're going out on a limb. However you say it, we're talking about Hüsker Dü today. And I feel like this is kind of an important one, John. I don't know how important it is to you, because I know you already said like you're really proud of your 20, but like, am I right to assume that this is kind of up there for you, or is this just something you're interested just to talk about the band?
Oh, it's definitely up there for me. I mean, Hüsker Dü is one of my favorite bands of all time. They're in that top 10, pushing that top 5. This is one that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I think we had someone else on it for a long time, and then they dropped off, and then these guys jumped in. So I'm grateful to do it. It's been a long time coming, but yeah, this is one that I've always kind of had that 20 going in my head. Like, every time, like someday we're going to do this episode and I'm going to have to come up with a list on this. But, yeah, Hüsker Dü is like, they are maybe, you could say, REM is up there as well, but Hüsker Dü may be the most important band of the 80s. Like, they existed from 79 to 88, and basically everything that came after is influenced by them. They are, in my opinion, the greatest power trio of all time. You can say Cream, you can say Rush, people will say whatever, but to me, I mean, Hüsker Dü is the perfect 3-piece band. I mean, Bob Mould, one of the greatest songwriters of our generation, evidenced by his solo work, his work in Sugar, who's just reunited. Grant Hart, one of the perfect foil to him, like a drummer songwriter, which is unusual. And Grant Hart has been like a big in my listening over the last year. Like, I've listened to so much of his stuff, like been on a big Grant Hart kick for about 12 months. And then Greg Norton, the mustachioed bass player, holds it all together. Like, they're just like the perfect alchemy of a band. And like, they have this transition. They start off as this like super fast thrash band, and like you can't even discern what notes they're playing so fast. And then it gets more melodic, and there's this transition. They have one of the greatest albums of all time, which we'll get to, and then they turn into this more like poppy band. They were on Joan Rivers, which is a random thing in like 1987. But yeah, there's such a deep like history with them, and there's so much to dig into. We didn't have time the time to cover it all, but and over the last year, Numero Group has been reissuing some of their stuff, like some live stuff, some unreleased stuff. It's just been so good. Been like they might be my most listened to band over the last year.
So I don't remember like how this all comes together. I think maybe, John, you put it out in the Discord, and that's how, Christian, you get on board.
Yeah, I think so. And can I just say before we start, I'm really delighted to be on a panel with John again. John was my co-panelist on my very first
That's right.
episode of
Yeah.
Deprogrammed. It was Sebado about 18 months or so ago, I think. And we've not done one together since. So it's good to be back with John. And I was just saying before, really pleased also to be on with Gavin, because really liked his take on the best of last year and the recent Pulp episode. So really excited about this panel, and really happy to be here. In terms of Hüsker Dü, it's been mostly discovery for me. I knew one album, but I'd always kind of been. It's a great excuse for me to do a discovery, because when I was about, I don't know, 17, 18, 19, my favorite band was the Lemonheads. Incidentally, the Lemonheads was my very first, which was how I discovered the show, actually, because I was looking for Lemonhead stuff. I was in a Lemonheads headspace a couple of years ago, and I found the episode on them. But on one of their albums, it's Creator, I think. At the end, there's an excerpt from an interview with the band on a Dutch radio station, and it's a really funny interview. And the interviewer sort of talks about, oh, you're influenced by this, you're influenced by that, and then Evan Dando just takes it, the whole interview, and just says, yeah, we just a rip-off band, we slavishly imitate these bands and that band, and it gets really funny. But what they start with by saying is, they're saying, oh, people say you're like early Hüsker Dü, early Replacements. And sort of from then on, it's like, oh, Hüsker Dü, I should listen to them. And I picked up Warehouse in a secondhand store, and I really liked that, but I never really kind of went backwards from there. And I really like Sugar, the stuff that they did when they came out, particularly Copper Blue. So sort of Bob Mould was sort of on my kind of radar, and I knew that he was, mentioned by a lot of bands as being a very influential person and character in that whole alternative scene. So it's been something that's kind of been always there for me with this band, that I felt that I should, and I've never quite got there. So this was like, yeah, this is a perfect excuse for me to dive right back into Hüsker Dü and actually finally do that deep dive that I've been meaning to do for the last umpteen years, really.
What I like to say about Deprogrammed is we give everybody the excuse to dive in on a band. So happy to have been able to give that to you. I get the feeling that this is kind of, I don't want to say old hat for you, Gavin, but I get the feeling that this is, I don't want to say easy for you, but this is an easy one for you to jump in on.
Yeah. Thanks for having me back. We were talking before the show that I really have enjoyed listening to Christian's episodes. It's so cool that he's in Wales and carrying the torch for the 90s. It's funny, that Lemonheads episode, Christian, was my first episode that I did, and it was John and Justin. My first episode was with John too.
Yep.
And yeah, like I remember seeing Hüsker Dü on the Cutting Edge, like the IRS show when I was in high school. John, like that period that John was talking about, like maybe like 85, John, right? Where like those bands that we kind of loved started getting mainstream press, like the Max, and Sonic Youth and the Lemonheads. Perfect example.
Oh, in 1984 and 1985, like Hüsker Dü might be the best band in the world.
Dude, in those 2 years, they put out those 3 records in a row in 2 years.
And dude. Including a double, yeah.
Zen Arcade, New Day Rising, and Flip Your Wig in 2 years is crazy. That's such a crazy like thing to pull off. But it was kind of like, Justin, it was kind of like when it was the precursor to like alternative music taking over the world, right? Which you're going to see in a minute with like Jane's Addiction then is the next step. And then you go into like grunge and stuff, right? So Hüsker Dü was kind of like the first jumper, from obscurity into like becoming sort of like really championed by music writers, which at that point you still had music writers, in the mainstream press. And yeah, I mean, I had friends that like worshiped Hüsker Dü. They were never like a top band for me. But like Yeah, I kind of we have a lot of opportunity to piss John off, I think, on this episode. I think he's probably the one with the most skin in the game here. So I mean, I will definitely say that for this band, it's not always true for all my bands, but for this band, I definitely lean more toward. I think when they lean into melodicism and try to like write a pop song, it's like so incredible and fun, you know. So I lean more into like those types of songs for Hüsker Dü, and there's plenty of them, and they're fucking great. And it's not always Grant Hart that writes them. Bob Mould does plenty of that. So lots to talk about here.
I feel like this is a band that it's not like Beatles and Zeppelin level of, hey, you should listen to this, Justin. But I do feel like this is a band that I probably should have already listened to by now. Like I shouldn't have needed this excuse to do that. I mean, I'm glad I do, but like it feels like everything about Hüsker Dü is a band that should have already been in, at the very least on my radar. Somebody even compared my band to them, and I was like, I'm glad, but I've never heard them. So, you know, so it's like, I feel like they kind of accidentally, kind of to your point, John, you know, if they influenced so many people that probably influenced me that I didn't even know that they were influencing me.
Nirvana doesn't exist without Hüsker Dü.
Yeah. See? And so it's like, they should have been on. Somebody, actually my drummer, funnily enough, years ago made fun of me because, you know, I don't want to say I discounted classic rock or whatever. Like the joke became Justin doesn't like classic rock. And, you know, it was because he was saying you should get into these bands because they influence the bands that you like. And I've always like butted against that. Like, I don't like that idea. Now, if the band finds me, you know, or if I find the band, yeah, but hey, you have to like this band because they influenced your band. Your favorite band has always rubbed me the wrong way. Anyway, like all this to say, like, I like this band a lot. So, we'll take it to the next level here, John. You already mentioned that we couldn't take everything. So when you're framing that our starting list, what are you looking at? And then when you're trimming down to that 20 that you've been gathering over the years, like what are you bringing to the table?
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, I would have loved to have been able to put all of Land Speed Record and all of that, but it just, I mean, let's be honest, it just wasn't gonna happen. And then like again, all of Warehouse, which is another double album, 20 songs, like there's just not enough. Like we would have had 125 songs. It just isn't going to work. So I tried to do like the curve, you know, where you have a little bit from the beginning, a little bit at the end, and try to get more of the middle. Like the part where that we were talking about, the 80, 83, 84, 85. And Zen Arcade, like Zen Arcade is maybe my favorite album of all time. It's a concept record about a kid. It gets up, leaves home. Lots of stuff happens to him. There's a 14-minute instrumental feedback track that ends it, which we're not going to throw on here. I didn't make you listen to that. There's some interstitial, some instrumental stuff in there that we got rid of. So you didn't get Zen Arcade in its full glory, but I do recommend listening to Zen Arcade on vinyl at like 2 a.m. It'll change your life. But it's we had to get the main stuff from Zen Arcade. The New Day Rising obviously is super influential. A lot of great songs on there. Metal Circus, you know, the EP that came before Zen Arcade, a lot of great stuff on there. Had to include that. So it's just getting what I thought was the essential stuff from the beginning and the end, and then getting as much as we could from the middle.
All right. So that being the groundwork, Christian, like, again, you're kind of new on it. What are you looking at when you're plucking out 20? Again, this is kind of new to you. You're doing the dive.
Yeah. Can I just say what you said, Justin, about the more that you've having done the prep for this and thought about it, how this is a band that, how did they escape? I feel exactly the same way. They're so influential in the music that I love, and it kind of makes me feel a little bit guilty that it's taken until now to actually get into that. And same as you, I've absolutely loved this last couple of weeks, and I've crammed, and it hasn't been a chore. So yeah, okay. So I mentioned that Warehouse I had, so that was pretty easy. I knew what I wanted from there, and then I just built up from there, because it was 85% discovery. I had no real feel for pushing for album representation. I was just going to take the songs as they came and just make a note of the ones that sort of struck a chord for me, pardon the pun. But as it happens, I've ended up with a fairly even spread, and I've got a little bit of everything, which is great, which I'm really pleased about. And I did a little check because this is one of those bands, isn't it, with dual songwriters, and I've got a fairly even spread of Bob and Grant as well, so it's kind of fallen quite nicely. But yeah, that's how I did. I started from Warehouse and worked myself up from there.
All right. So Gavin, a little peek behind the curtain to everybody who isn't listening from like Jump Street. One of the first things you said, like, because I told you I was listening to Hockey and Hüsker Dü at the same time, you said this was a tough one. And I don't know that I've heard you say that. So what was tough about this one? And did you approach it differently because it was tough?
I mean, no, if I approach it differently, it's tough because there's so many good songs, there's just so many songs, and it's one of those ones where you're like, really? I'm going to cut this song? This feels like totally crazy, I focus, I love New Day Rising and Flip Your Wig. Like Zen Arcade is like a totally revered record, and I understand what John's saying. I just always connected with the other two more than Zen Arcade, so we're going to have a little bit of a split there maybe between us. I counted after I picked the songs, I did a count too. I have 7 Grant Hart songs and 13 Bob Mould songs. So more focused on Mould, which I didn't try to do. It just kind of happened naturally, but it wasn't too painful. It's just, I thought it was good. I think it's going to be a tough episode because there's so many good songs and there's so many places to go, different corners of how they sound. Like that early Speed stuff is so great. And then there's really dark, dense. There's a lot of dark, dense songs that don't have any oxygen in them. They're just fucking depressing and like intense. And then you get these like patches of like sunlight. And I don't really know where you guys are what corners you're gonna gravitate towards. So I think we're in for a rough ride, personally.
And 4-person panels kind of have worked out that way. I mean, occasionally it goes, swimmingly and easy, but I tend to agree with you, and we'll get to that next. Because it sounds like there's some split in the room just already. Although I will say the things I've matched up with so far is that Zen Arcade was my favorite, and I didn't even know that was like the one to be in on. I really enjoyed New Day Rising. I really enjoyed Flip Your Wig. And I enjoyed the rest. I'm not saying I didn't, but like after that, like I enjoyed Candy Apple Gray and Warehouse, like for different reasons than the other ones, the middle stuff.
Yeah.
So like I was like, oh, cool. Like I like this. I'm not quite as even. I did not get down to writing credits, other than one song I looked up to make sure it wasn't a cover, because if it was a cover, I wanted to credit the cover. It was going to make my list anyway, but I'm glad that it ended up not being one. One thing I noted, my first pass was a breeze. It was a lot of stuff. My second pass was like, okay, like I feel like I can, but kind of what you said, Gavin, like my last handful just felt brutal. Like am I really dropping this song? Like I can't believe I'm cutting this from my list. Just a lot of that towards the last couple to get it down to 20. And, as always, I'm listening beforehand, wanting to retool, but I don't know that it'll help. So it's like, well, I'm really glad I didn't know it now, because it sounds like no matter what, I don't know that we're necessarily going to be four corners, but I feel like we're not all on the same page. So to that point, John, the math on this one is weird because technically speaking, the math should be easy, right?
Yeah, I came on here all ready to be optimistic and thinking that the songs were gonna stand out, but I'm gonna I'm gonna bring it down a notch, and I'm gonna say 6.
Okay, yeah. I like that. I like 6. What do you think, Christian?
Okay, so I've already sort of given a clue as to what angle I'm coming at this band from, and Gavin's already mentioned it. I'm looking for melody. I've mentioned coming here from Lemonheads, and we're not talking kind of It's a Shame About Ray, Come On Feel Lemonheads. I'm talking about the Ben Daly years, that kind of early punk stuff. But there's still a ton of melody from the start, and all the bands. If I think about all the episodes I've done so far of the show, the vast majority of them are very melodic bands. So that's where I'm coming from. I'm thinking about influences. Jimmy Eat World is in my head again, kind of rocking guitars, but melody over the top. So I worry about John. I'm worried that I'm going to come at it from a completely different place to John. I'm not as much of a punk as John. But then what Gavin has said is maybe optimistic about maybe matching with him, and I've got 7 Grant Hart songs too. So that was quite interesting to hear. But yeah, overall, I think it's going to be tough. So I'm flip-flopping between 4 or even 3. But I think I will take 4.
Okay, 4. All right.
I have 9 Grant Hart songs for what it's worth.
Oh.
Okay.
I was not expecting that.
Me neither.
I thought you'd be more of a Bob guy, but there we are.
I'm into it. All right, so 6 and 4 are off the table, Gavin.
I'll go 5.
Yeah. Take the middle. Why not? All right, so 6, 5, and 4. My instinct is always trend positive. You guys took all the middle. So 7 feels high, but it's the earliest trending positive I can take. So I'm going to take that 7. I'll take that.
Nice. We can do it.
I think we can. I they definitely have the material to do it. The question is, did we all pick the same things? And we're about to find out. So we're going to take a quick pause, and on the other side, we're going to play the game. It's the program, Jack.
Don't chew on that, Max.
Cooper loves that chew, too.
Oh, now he's into Cooper's food. Wow, he is loving it. What do you feed Cooper?
Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula. He never leaves a crumb. I love it because it's made with high-quality protein, nutrient-rich fruits and veggies, and wholesome whole grains.
Looks like we're switching to Blue.
Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.
And with that, the name of the game is Deprogram. The 4 of us have come through a selection, most of the Hüsker Dü discography, and plucked out 20 songs that we're now going to mash together in an attempt to create a top 10 starter kit for you, in case you have never listened to Hüsker Dü. Here was one of the biggest things I discovered, is usually I have a clear-cut place I want to start. And, sometimes it's just a song that I really latched onto. Sometimes it's track 1, album 1. I didn't find that with this band. I found that I enjoyed it all equally, as mentioned before, sometimes for different reasons. I think I'm going to go with the song I heard on first pass and knew that it was never going to go away. It was never coming off of my list. I feel okay about it because when I asked the internet, I got it answered back to me at least 4 times, and it might be more now because I haven't checked in an hour. How about I Apologize?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't.
Okay.
I do.
Hey, all right. I'll take a 3 there. A 3 is a good in a 4-person panel when we're this hesitant about them. Yeah, I knew I was in for it. I heard I apologize. Like, oh, that's gotta be on there. Has to be. All right, we'll take that 3. And John?
All right, I'm going to start off with Zen Arcade. How about Charter Trips?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, you took the one I was going to play first.
Hey,
Nice.
take another 3. 1 and 2. All right, Christian?
Oh, you've thrown me now because I genuinely was going to lead off with Charter Trips. And I didn't expect it to because, like you, Justin, I didn't know where to start, and I started with Zen Arcade, but not because I knew it was this revered album. I didn't know that at the time. It just that's happened to be where I started, and that's the first song that hit me that I thought, yeah, that's going in. So that's thrown me a little bit. Okay, let's go to where I started then, where I truly started, which is Warehouse. And let's go big early. I'm going to go with my favorite Hüsker Dü song. Could You Be the One?
No.
No, unfortunately, I don't have that one.
I'll save you. I got it.
Good.
That was another
Good.
another one that was coming up a lot. It was one of those painful last handful of ones that came off the list. So,
yeah, I think it could be a sugar song. I think obviously it's late Hüsker Dü, its last album. It's melodic, but yeah, that's always been my favorite Hüsker Dü song off the one album, obviously until this show.
all right, it takes a 2, which stands a reasonable shot at this point. We'll see how the rest of this game goes. All right, Gavin?
I'll stay on Warehouse and try to find you, Christian. I took a deep cut, a Grant Hart song called Actual Condition.
Oh, got it.
No, you don't. No, you didn't find me.
All right. I will say that was on my first pass. It wasn't part of that late headaches, but into the bin. All right, I'm gonna trot out a Zen Arcade. I can talk. Zen Arcade track that I found interesting because I know that this is kind of running parallel to New Wave, and it gave me New Wave as close to New Wave vibes as Hüsker Dü is going to give me anyway, which I thought was interesting. How about Newest Industry?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I got it.
Hey.
Oh, I'm glad you found one of the ones that I didn't take, but I love that song.
All right, we'll take a 3 there. Boom and boom. Let me mark that here. Newest Industry, 1, 2, 3.
We don't have time to talk about the whole story of Zen Arcade with every song that comes up, even though I want to. But that's like when the kid like finds it's near the end of the album. He finds like a real job that he's working for. Like he follows this whole story of this kid. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's one of the first things that somebody said when I asked was that somebody said Zen Arcade is a concept album, and I was like, oh man, I clearly need some more listens because I didn't catch that. I mean, no,
I didn't give you the whole thing. If we sit down and do the whole thing front to back, then you'll get it.
So I'll have to give Zen Arcade a real go. All right, so let's see. Newest Industry was me, John.
All right. I swear I'm not going to talk about the story the whole time, but I do want to mention this is the first song on Zen Arcade where the kid has an awakening, realizes that everything in the world is not as it seems, not as it was promised, and it starts him on this journey that will take him throughout this whole album. It has one of the best intros of any track one of all time. Something I learned today.
I got it.
Hell yeah.
No, I don't got it.
That was the first Hüsker song I ever heard. Love that.
That is one that I got. Again, it's still going, so who knows how many people have answered it since we started talking. But at last check, 3.
Good job, people.
Yeah. All right. Something I learned today. We'll take a 3 there.
I hate being the spoiler.
I wouldn't worry about it. I feel like it's going to be a lot of that today, Christian.
Yeah.
I think we're looking at a lot of people being the spoiler. So
yeah.
Right, Christian, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to move on to New Day Rising, and I'm going to pick a song that sums up what I'm looking for in Hüsker Dü, which is fast punk, but melody and good major and minor chords. Celebrated Summer.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I got it.
Maybe the best Hüsker Dü song.
Yeah, maybe my favorite Hüsker Dü song.
Interesting.
Awesome.
When I saw Bob Mould solo a few years ago, he played it, and it was transcendent.
Yeah, I really like that song. And this will be the last time I mention. I promise this will be the last time I mention the Lemonheads, because this isn't about the Lemonheads. But that was where I could see that kind of influence, that kind of fast melodic thing. So loved it.
Yeah. That was a soundtrack to our youth where you're kind of self-mythologizing as you're living it, It was like...
And that acoustic guitar break is so good, too.
Yeah.
What's funny is, I mean, obviously I had it on my list and I really liked it, but hearing possibly best is interesting, and that one being the one to break the ice is interesting to me. I don't know, like I didn't have it as high on my list, so very clearly I need to give it a couple more listens, but I mean it's in, so like nothing to complain about. But I just, whenever I hear things like that, it intrigues me.
Yeah.
Right.
When they come roaring back in after that breakdown, it's just so fucking good.
All right, Celebrated Summer is in. Boom, we got one, fellas. Already marked it there. All right, Gavin.
I like when they get weird and kind of step off their path and do something unusual. So I took books about UFOs.
Oh man,
Rising.
I love that, but no, that one was on my first pass. I guess you're on your own again.
Yeah.
Nope, I've got it.
Oh.
No, I've got it too.
Oh.
I hated that song at first. I thought it was kitsch. I thought it was cheesy. And then I kept singing it to myself.
I went from the bin to a 3. That was awesome.
Yeah. See, there I am, the spoiler, Christian. See, it's
I don't know. It's kitschy. It's got a swing. It feels like you should do the Carlton dance to it.
Yeah.
But the way, I don't know, I do think the way that Grant Hart sings it, it's just got enough of a kind of a, where he's kind of reaching for the note. He's reaching for it, and it gives it enough of an edge to make it kind of cool. I don't know what it is.
That piano in there is so good too.
It's good. Yeah. And back then you listened to whole records all the way through. So it was nice to get a change up thrown. You know what I mean? A change up pitch thrown in the middle of the record.
It's catchy as hell.
I couldn't tell you why I dropped it. I know I had it on my first pass. And again, what is that saying? Because I think that was like 40 something songs, but like it wasn't in that last handful to go, but it was on that first pass. So, all right. I'll trot out a Metal Circus thing because here's something that happened. I think I had to make technically my second cuts after Metal Circus because I think I had everything through Metal Circus initially. So when I got to Zen Arcade, I was like, no. I need to make some cuts here first, and then we'll move on to the next record. So I'll try out something from Metal Circus. How about It's Not Funny Anymore?
My favorite song on Metal Circus.
Hey.
Yeah.
No, I don't have it.
I got it.
All right.
Justin, if you remember the Lifetime episode, this is the one that Lifetime covered
Oh yeah.
on their album. Yeah, I have it.
I wonder if that kind of put it on my radar accidentally, but hell yeah. I'll take a 3 there. Boom. It's not funny more. All right, John.
All right. Contrary to what may be the popular opinion, I did take some songs that were not on Zen Arcade. So let's try one of those. I'm gonna do another Grant Hart song. How about "Sorry Somehow"?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I have it.
Really? That's surprising, yeah.
I know. It's a great song. I'd be happy if that got in.
I mean, at this rate, it might just based on being a 3. Because
Yeah, Christian, you said you did have it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom and boom. All right. Sorry, somehow is a 3. Christian?
Okay. Let's go to a super early one, which is surprisingly melodic. From I thought at the beginning, I didn't catch it the first time, and then after the second listen, I love this song. It's one of my favorites actually that I've picked up. In a Free Land.
Yeah, I got it.
No.
No.
Okay, we'll take a 2 there. But 2s are now officially entering a tough area because we've got a bunch of these 3s. But as of right now, we would take the 3s and then there would be a conversation between the 2s. Still plenty of gameplay. I don't know why I'm working that out right now, but I am just saying that until just now, the 2s were available. All right, Gavin.
Let's break ground on Flip Your Wig. I took a Divide and Conquer.
Fuck yeah.
No.
Nope.
What?
That's wild. That's wild. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to answer with a Flip Your Wig song too, because it makes no sense at all.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I do have that one, yes.
And I do have that one.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah, that one felt like it should have been a homer.
Maybe my favorite Hüsker song.
Really?
Yeah, I really love that song. I mean, it's also, it's not a secret. I've talked on this show before about having a lot of drug problems when I was a kid. And it's such a great, different than my drug buddy, John. It's such a great, conversation in that band between Mold and Hart, about heroin addiction. It's just, it just meant, it was a special song for me when I was a kid and really made crucial sort of impression on me. Yeah, but it's also a fucking banger pop song,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And there's a version where they add on the Mary Tyler Moore theme that Love Is All Around after in the video where they're just happily walking down the streets of Minneapolis, just oh, it's hilarious.
This is listening to it in the cans. I know you guys can't hear it, but listening, this is a good time. I meant to bring this up before. There's times in this catalog where Hüsker Dü feels like a heavier REM. They're writing these catchy jams that could have snuck onto, if they put out a split in that time frame, I'd have been like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But I mean,
there was some.
Oh, so does that mean Workbook is his Automatic for the People? Or are we?
Yeah.
And then Copper Blue is Monster, and then
that tracks actually.
Yeah.
There was some connection between them, John. I'm forgetting either a mutual appreciation in the press or they may have already had Hüsker open for them or something or can't remember.
I think they always Peter Buck always talked up Hüsker Dü as one of his favorite bands. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, boom. Just like that, we are at 2. And makes no sense at all. It was me, so John.
Okay. This is one, and everyone and their grandmother is emo now, and that it's a term that doesn't really mean anything anymore, but it used to mean something. And it started, a lot of people, you can trace it back to, the DC stuff, Revolution Summer, Embrace, and Rites of Spring is like where a lot of that stuff came out. It's like this emotional hardcore that it came out of. And Hüsker Dü, Zen Arcade even predates that stuff by a year. A lot of that stuff came out in 85, 86. And I think there's a song on Zen Arcade that is the first emotional hardcore song, I think, ever. So you can trace it back to this. And he's screaming in this. It's, I will never forget you. Just it's on Zen Arcade. It's right in the middle. Let's go with I Will Never Forget You.
I don't have it. It's a great song.
I feel like that was one of my last few cuts, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can't save it, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay. The scream in there is so good. That's classic Mold scream.
Totally.
All right. Boom. Unfortunately, to the bin it goes. Christian?
Okay. I'm going to go back to Warehouse. And I'm going to pick a Grant Hart song. Super catchy, super melodic, and I love it. Halfway through, it goes to halftime. And that bit's great. Back from Somewhere?
No.
What's it called?
Back from Somewhere.
No.
All right. Back from Somewhere. I must have unfortunately been on the half that I didn't get.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you were never going to get me on that one, Christian, unfortunately. All right. Boom. Into the bin, unfortunately. All right. Gavin?
I took Everything Falls Apart. Fucking rips. So good.
Oh. That was one of the ones I was trying to find a place for before we went on.
I got it, and I will second the rippingness of it.
Yeah.
I mean, as I mentioned, I had like everything up through Metal Circus initially, so
I liked it. It was a late cut for me, though.
Okay. All right. Got a good couple of twos here, but I think their time is numbered. We'll see. We've still got a good couple of rounds left in us, I think. All right. I got this one a couple times answered, and it was kind of initially going to be on my chopping block, and then like I let it play, and then the second time I listened to it, this is the song that I thought may have been a cover, and I was like, well, let me make sure it's not. Like, let's see if that's a reason. How about Turn on the News?
No, that's a wild song.
Yeah, no, I love it, but no.
All right.
No, I don't have it.
All Alone. Binned. All right.
I think this is the one. I'm not sure if I got the right song here, but one of the songs, John will be able to probably confirm or deny. One of the songs reminded me of the bit. There's a song in School of Rock, which the kid guitarist writes, and again it goes, "Step off, step off." And I thought it was this song that had a similar kind of feel to it.
Turn on the yeah.
It was that kept on going in my brain, and it really put me off.
I'll tell you, like, part of it, we just recently did the Hold Steady, and there was definitely times where this band reminded me of them.
Mm-hmm.
And
he name checks them all the time.
Yeah.
Like Hüsker Dü, they started in St. Paul. Makes no sense at all. Like, there's tons of references. Yeah.
So I feel like that may have played a part in that song for me, I think. All right. In the bin it goes. And John.
Oh, now I want to go with another one that the Hold Steady referenced, but I'm going to save it because I want to talk about this song. I don't know if you guys ever watched the TV show *Halt and Catch Fire*. It was kind of it was one of those AMC shows like post Breaking Bad, but it's a story of like this group of people around the personal computer revolution in the late 70s, early 80s, and the music in that show is incredible. And there's a scene early on where one of the main characters goes outside and it's like raining at night, and she puts on headphones and this song drops on the show, and I literally fell off the couch when I was watching because I could not believe that this was happening. But the song is "Pink Turns to Blue."
Oh yeah, I got it.
I don't have it, but I love that song. It's another drug song, I think, right? It's great.
I think it's in the story where the partner, whoever dies, like overdoses.
Yeah.
I loved it, and I have it.
Hey.
Nice.
All right, we'll take another 3 here.
Oh, is that a 3?
Yep.
That's a great song.
Right, because I want to be clear, because maybe I zoned out for a second. You don't have it, right, Gavin?
Right.
Okay. I'm making sure I heard correctly. All right. So yes,
I wasn't sure you had it, Justin.
Yes, all 3 of us do. The other 3 do. See, Gavin playing the spoiler. See, we're all taking our turns here.
Yeah.
All right, Christian.
I was gonna play Pink Turns to Blue, so move to my next one. Okay, I wasn't sure about this song when I first heard it, first couple of times, and the production has kind of Bob sound like he's singing it through a watering can.
Yeah.
You can barely understand. I mean, at the best of times, but this one particularly. But again, like books about UFOs, I then catch myself like walking around singing the hook. So it goes.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an Enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Which, if you couldn't make that out, is 59 times the pain.
Oh, that was my last cut, man. Great song.
Oh,
no, I don't have it.
No,
we even got the performance and everything.
It inspired a Swedish hardcore band, though. They took their band name from that song.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, no way. I like the way that it kind of, as I say, you've got that really hooky hook, but then I like the way it kind of speeds up into the chorus. That's really cool. It's kind of a sort of a mid to fast tempo, and then it gradually kind of din 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 din, it speeds up as it goes into that chorus line. So I really like that. But never mind.
All right, Gavin.
Well, I've said this. This is the third time I'm saying this, but maybe my favorite Hüsker Dü song, and such an incredible pop song. Like, what if the Beach Boys were a hardcore band? Do you guys have "Flip Your Wig"? I'll flip your wig.
No, that bums me out.
Yeah, I just didn't have room for it.
Really?
Yeah, same. It was so close. It was such a late cut.
Well, now I'm wishing I would have
Hüsker Dü
this elsewhere.
program episode. Flip your wig in the bin.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
I mean, unfortunately, that's the game.
They have 49 classic songs. What do you want me to do?
I thought for sure, I'll say this to that point, Gavin, I thought for sure on first pass, Flip Your Wig was going to make my list. I thought there was no way it's out. And then I get to like 28 and I'm like, well, what the fuck goes?
Yeah. I feel like the guy on the Pearl Jam championship where like Jeremy got banned and he fucking right? He's
Right,
like,
right.
dude, I can't believe that. That's a fucking hot take. That's crazy.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. All right. We're back around to me. This one I got a lot of, and we haven't gotten there yet. So I might as well test the waters with it. How about Don't Want to Know If You're Lonely?
I'll have it. Great song. Grant Hart.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah.
I have it as well.
Yeah.
Actually, Green Day did a cover of this when they did an MTV thing around the 1999-2000. MTV was having these bands come in and do covers, and Green Day came in and did Don't Want to Know If You're Lonely, and it ended up on a Record Store Day 7-inch. It's very good. But yeah, I love that song.
Hey. All right. Boom. Take yet another 3. And I think those 2s officially just hit the bin. I think so. All right, John?
Okay. Man, so many good songs left. What am I gonna do? All right, this one I'm gonna do another Grant Hart song. Standing by the Sea.
No.
No. It was my last
Come
cut.
on.
It was in. It was in, and I dropped it. It's 21.
Brutal. That kills
Welcome
me.
to the show.
Yeah. I don't know where it dropped out. I'm presuming by my guttural reaction, it was one of those last handful. But it was for sure, again, a song I heard the first time. I was like, for sure that's going in. And then just you get to a point.
Just that bass line, that doon 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 doon, like pulses throughout the whole song. And like, if you'll indulge me, this is like the part in the story where the kid like finds himself alone. It's like it turns kind of from the record turns from like being more straightforward like hardcore songs and getting a little weirder. And like he's, you know, obviously the kid is like standing at the ocean, like he's having this existential crisis. I really think this is like a classic important song, but I'm alone, just like the kid standing in the sea. So
yeah, like they're homage to Quadrophenia, you know?
Right. Oh, totally.
All right. Unfortunately, into the bin it goes. Christian.
Okay. I'm going to pick a song. It feels like a bit of a deep cut, so I'm not sure about it, but I'll give it a try anyway. Something that a lot of emo bands do is kind of a little bit of call and answer where the 2 vocalists kind of both sing. And they don't do this a lot. You know, Grant tends to sing Grant songs and Bob tends to sing Bob songs. But if I remember rightly, Grant sings this, but then Bob comes in with a kind of a whoa. If I Told You.
No.
No, I wish I could save you because that's a great song, but no.
But
Yeah, it felt like a deep cut, but it kind of it one of those that snuck up on me to it. In fact, that might have been the one. Sorry, John, that pushed out Standing by the Sea.
Yeah.
All right. Boom and boom. Gavin?
I'm taking a Grant Hart Stormer. You guys have The Girl Who Lives on Heaven Hill.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's the other one that the Hold Steady references
Hey.
in one of their songs. Yeah, Girl Who Lives on Heaven Hill.
That's cool. I don't know that I saw that one coming as a unanimous as much as I like it. I mean, it's just so interesting the way, like, I don't know, it just says something about this game. Like, you never know.
Yeah.
But I say that, but this was never coming off of my list. Like, it was never in trouble. Like,
yeah.
I heard it the first time and I was like,
Yeah, it's not one of my favorites, but it was never in danger either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, clearly all four of us kind of had that. So, boom. All right. Just like that, up to 3, and I think I'm down to 6. So I think maybe let me count real quick, and then we'll make our decision on dump outs from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 6.
This feels like I'm in the Discord right now. We're counting.
Yes. 6. I've got 6. So maybe we do 2 more rounds and then dump out.
Cool.
If I was going to do Heaven Hill here, so I'll try the other one. How about everything?
No.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I liked it, but no.
Into the
Great
bin.
song.
Into the bin. All right, John.
All right. One that my band used to cover, New Day Rising.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, I'm glad there's more than one for sure. I don't have it.
No, I didn't have it.
Wow.
That's the song you put on when you wake up in the morning. And just
Yeah, for real.
set the tone. Yeah.
Well, that definitely made my first pass. I couldn't tell you where it dropped out. It wasn't in that painful handful, but it was.
What a great opener.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'll bet you anything. I didn't do it on purpose, but sometimes when I'm playing, I'll cut openers just because I tend to have openers.
yeah.
So maybe that was what it was there. All right, Christian.
Okay. The vibes I'm getting about Warehouse, the way that everybody's talking about the 3 in the middle, Zen, Flippy Wig, and New Day Rising, makes me worry about going back to Warehouse, but I've got a few from Warehouse, so I'm going to have to play one. Hopefully I can find something on there. What about, and this is quite appropriate today because we don't get snow very much where I live, and we had a dump of snow this morning. So what about Ice Cold Ice?
Oh, I don't have that.
No.
Yeah, I wanted to find room for it. It was probably 21 or 22.
I'll say this, kind of to John's point there. I got that answer a lot. A lot of people said Ice Cold Ice.
And it does the thing as well that I just talked about on the last one about the call and answer. Bob goes, and then Ice Cold Ice. Yeah. Okay.
Well, we're all finding a little bit of disappointment today, it feels. All right. Gavin?
All right, here we go. We're going to get 4 right here. Another Heart classic. You guys have Green Eyes off Flip Your Wig.
Oh, God.
Oh, such a late cut.
What? Green Eyes just got into?
I can't save you.
Oh.
Fucking madness.
I agree. I agree. That was a super late cut. And again, it's one of those ones where, because I was getting that answer so much that I almost went back to try to find room for it. But I asked the internet a little too late. Had I asked yesterday, I probably could have found room for it. But
hope you guys are prepared for a riot in Minneapolis.
All right. Well, I think I still have 5, so we'll
First Avenue to the ground.
Yeah, we'll do.
Blood's not on my
We'll do one last round here. I'll try out a Warehouse song here. See if I can find you, Christian.
Do it.
Probably be the one that you don't have. How about These Important Years?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
No.
Okay. Take a 3 there. I feel like that's a really good 3 to get.
Yeah, great song.
All right. John?
All right. This one is, I'm gonna go back to Metal Circus. This is a really dark song lyrically for them. I believe it is about a rape that occurred. Trigger warnings, all that. But it's let's go with Diane.
I wanted to go back and make space for that one too. I don't got it.
I don't have it, John, but I remember that like that song got wrote about a lot because it's a heart song and it was kind of the first. I don't know, like they're doing something there. It's rudimentary, but like they'll do more of that. It's kind of like Perfect Circle for REM when we were talking about that. Like kind of they're showing you they can do something different on that song, you know? It's an important song for them. I wish I had moved.
Yeah.
I was going to play it next, John. So I have it.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
And it's it stands out because all the songs on Metal Circus are like 2 minutes, and that's like 4.5.
Yeah.
To be, transparent, we got that one a lot as an answer as well. So
nice.
Just couldn't make the space for it. Didn't give myself enough time to make the space for it, I guess is the better way to phrase that. All right, Christian?
Okay, I'm going to move back away from Warehouse. Go to, I don't think I've played anything from Flippywig yet, so I have one left from that album. Games.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
No, that's the appropriate response. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I played it in my last round, so I'm fine with it.
All right. Gavin?
Well, this won't be unanimous then, but let's see if I can get a 3 on Hate Paper Doll off Flip Your Wig.
Oh, God damn it. No.
I can save you. I got it.
John, I was going to be like, what?
Oh, that was one of the few songs I didn't actually like. Sorry.
Oh, I always thought it was a heart song, but it's an old song. Great song. Hey, paper doll.
Well, I mean, as always, I don't really have a reason for cutting it. It was on my first pass. It was in that handful. If it wasn't like in that handful of the last 8, it was just before I got to that point. So that's why it was pretty memorable. Again, a song I thought for sure was going to make my list first time I heard it. And then when I got back around to it, I was like, well, something's got to go, eh? All right. Let me start at the top here and dump out. I did the thing, even though we don't need to do the thing with this band, Statues.
I love that song. I don't have it.
Yeah, I get that.
That's when they're like really into their post-punk, the record collection. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I had a feeling that was going to be a binner, especially.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. How about Target?
Target?
No, same.
No. Oh yeah, right. I don't have that. Everything falls apart.
Okay.
That was my second to the last cut. I really like that song.
Oh. All right. And then this one got out of order. Metal Circus Real World.
Banger. Don't have it.
Yeah, no.
All right.
No, me neither.
And then last but not least, funnily enough, First of the Last Calls.
No.
Nope.
If we'd had 25, maybe, but that's so good. That First of the Last Calls, love it. But
what's that on?
Metal Circus.
Metal Circus.
Yeah.
Right.
What's crazy is I saved almost all of my binners for last.
Yeah.
So, what did we do there? 3, I think.
Yeah.
So none of us are going to win, which is okay, I think. We've got plenty of these 3s to work with.
I nearly went 3, but I'm glad I didn't because it wouldn't have felt right for anyone but John to win this.
Yeah.
So it's John or nobody.
It kind of went the way I thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, but okay.
There's a couple chances here to get some more 3s here, John.
I would have picked Standing by the Sea, but no. No, I only have two left. They're both from Zen Arcade. It's Broken Home, Broken Heart, and Somewhere.
No,
I really liked Somewhere though. That was close.
Yeah.
I think Broken Home, Broken Heart was number 21, I think. If I haven't said that, I think that was my absolute last one. All right, so...
Kids of Divorce, stand up.
My parents, that one happened like when I was 20. I mean, I'm still a child of divorce, but... All right, Christian, you can't get anything in play, but you can save yourself from some more binners.
I very much doubt it, Justin, because they're both off Warehouse.
Oh, no.
It's Not Peculiar and Turn It Around.
I have It's Not Peculiar. That's a great song.
All right.
Cool.
And what was the other one?
Turn It Around.
Okay, yeah, that wasn't one I didn't get to listen to. So
same here.
Let me mark that around. Mark that. Turn It Around. And mark that as a Warehouse song. So you get a 2 at least, right? And then we will see what Gavin's got left. Come on.
I took Private Plane off Flip Your Wig. And I took 2 songs off Zen Arcade. I took Never Talking to You Again, which I totally love that song.
Yeah.
And I took What's Going On Zen Arcade.
Okay. I thought you were going to take the Baby song, but you didn't.
I'll tell you, looking at some of the songs that are left off of Zen Arcade that we didn't play, that apparently I was right to not keep. Indecision Time was really close for me too.
Oh, you were not right to not take those because they're all very good. Indecision Time, Pride.
Pride was another one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are really, really close for me. All right, let me shift these around. We'll go down what we already got, and we'll start working on these 3s, eh? Boom. And Celebrated Summer makes no sense at all. The Girl Who Lives on Heaven Hill are all already in. That's a tremendous head start. What do we got for 3s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That we need to jump down to 7.
Yep.
All right. So we've got I Apologize, Chartered Trips, Newest Industry, Something I Learned Today, Books About UFOs, It's Not Funny Anymore, Sorry Somehow, Pink Turns to Blue, Don't Want to Know If You Are Lonely, and These Important Years. So I'll start with you,
There's
John.
a couple of 2s I want to fight for too.
Okay, well, we can cross those if and or when. Yeah. Well, let's start with these 3s, and is there one that's kind of jumping out at you?
There's 6, but I will start with Pink Turns to Blue.
All right. Gavin, you were the odd man out on Pink Turns to Blue. Is there a reason, or is it just didn't find you?
I love Pink Turns to Blue. I'm fine with that. I mean, I like the other 2 3s better off Zen Arcade, Newest Industry, and Something I Learned Today, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm okay with Pink Turns to Blue.
All right. So let's grab that. Bring us up to 4. Now, you don't have to take this advice, Christian. You were fighting hard to get things from Warehouse. The only thing available currently from Warehouse is These Important Years. Is album representation important? Is that something you'd like to make a case for here, or is there something else kind of jumping out at you?
Well, I've got 2 different conversations. Yeah. If we're talking about that, then I don't know if it's in play, but like John said, I would fight harder for Could You Be the One than These Important Years if we're representing Warehouse, because I think These Important Years is good. I had it. I like it. But I think Could You Be the One is, well, I said at the start, it's my favorite Hüsker Dü song. So I will put that there, but we can park that for a second. I was just looking at album representation, and we've eulogized about Zen Arcade, and until John put forward Pink Turns to Blue, we didn't have anything from Zen Arcade. So what I will say at this juncture, and maybe we can circle back around if there's room for something from Warehouse, I will fight for Chartered Trips. Because I think that was the one that stuck out. That was the very first song of the albums I didn't know that resonated with me, and I thought, yeah, that's definitely going on my list. So I think that's it.
All right. Gavin, you were odd man there. Is that?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Boom. All right. And Gavin, is there one jumping out at you?
I mean, I think we should take album representation is important to me. I think we should take one of the early songs. Like, it'd be cool to take, like, It's Not Funny Anymore off Metal Circus. Represent that. I don't know. Yeah. Go for that.
Either that or Everything Falls Apart.
Yeah, either of those.
Yeah.
Everything Falls Apart, we only got a 2 on. I'm fine with either of those.
Yeah.
Well, I guess so. That
Diane too. Diane would be awesome to get on there.
So this is where we start begging the question, because right now we're still looking at the 3s, and John's already trying to edge into the 2s, dying to edge into.
I don't know. Hey, I'm throwing my hands up. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just talking. I don't have any kind of ulterior motive at all.
So Gavin's positing it's not funny anymore, but is it more important that it's early, or is because we have all these 3s that are from other records? Because if that's the case, then we can tackle one of these 3s first, and then, because we don't have anything from Candy Apple yet. No. But we do have 2 3s from it. So we could tackle that, and then it tackles album representation, and then move on and leave the 3 part behind us and focus on just filling out the list. Does any of that make sense?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I didn't have anything off Candy Apple. So you guys can figure out it's Sorry Somehow and Don't Want to Know If You're Lonely, right? I'm fine for you guys to have that discussion, to pick one of those. I think that's fine.
Both Grant songs, aren't they?
Yeah. I'd say Don't Want to Know If You're Lonely edges out by a hair.
I was going to go the other way.
Oh, boy. All right.
Yeah.
But I'm not the fan here, so... But for what it's worth, I would have picked Sorry Somehow.
I mean, this wouldn't necessarily kill Sorry Somehow either. Like, it would just put it on the back burner with all the other ones to fill out the list. If you look at it that way.
Well, what do you think, Justin?
Well, that's what I'm trying to work out here. Because I haven't heard your thoughts on album representation, John. Like, you didn't seem enthused. And I don't know if that was because you didn't want to have to pick between the 2, or if you feel like we're not there yet.
Our album representation doesn't matter to me. I just want the best songs.
Okay. I feel like we have the opportunity. I hate ignoring the 3s because 3 people chose, I'm not saying we have to have all 3s, but what I am saying is I hate ignoring the 3s because 3 out of the 4 people thought it could make the list. And album representation seems important to Christian and Gavin. I'm nonplussed either way. Like, I kind of want just the best songs, like whatever's going to do the job, whatever's going to get somebody into Hüsker Dü. And judging by Christian's experience with the band, I feel like Candy Apple and Warehouse is more his speed for this band, whereas I'm firmly in the middle, my personal tastes. All that to say, like, if we're going between those 2, I'm saying a lot of words. If we're going between those 2, I lean Don't Want to Know If You Are Lonely, because that one was never coming off of my list. Whereas Sorry Somehow kind of elbowed its its way in. Like it, I don't want to say not by choice, but like it kind of just didn't go away. Whereas Don't Want to Know was never in trouble.
That's cool with me, and that sits better with me that it's what John wants as well, because John's the fan. So right. I'm glad you've gone that way. So it would have been awkward.
I'm just coasting off reputation here. I just like come in and just say what I want, and it just happens. That's amazing.
No, but it would have felt awkward for me and Justin coming to this band new to kind of railroad one of these
that's
over the other. It's not strong enough for me, so I'm more than happy to concede that one.
All right. So that brings us up to 6. Now I feel like, John, like if we want to start stumping for 2s over some of these 3s, I feel like I'm okay with that at this point.
Yeah, I like Christian's idea of Could You Be the One over These Important Years.
Okay.
And then maybe Everything Falls Apart over It's Not Funny Anymore, even though that's tough. But Everything Falls Apart, I think that'd be good to have something from, the 81, 82 era.
All right. What do you think about that, Gavin?
Yeah. So we take Everything Falls Apart, and we take Could You Be the One?
Be the One. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Which I think, Could You Be the One was pretty close for me anyway. Everything Falls Apart, I've already mentioned. Like I had everything in that first run, like at one point. So, all right, that brings us up to 8. I feel like we've got a Warehouse song now, Christian. We've got an early song. Are we?
Yeah, I'm delighted about Could You Be the One. So I am sated on Warehouse.
All right. So at this point, Gavin, is there something that you really want to kind of go to bat for? Is there like a 2 or?
Yeah. So, let's see. So the songs that I think are still out there, I only have 4 that have made it off my list. I think Something I Learned Today off Zen Arcade is a fucking beast for them. I think that's a really important song.
Yeah.
I would argue for Stuff in the Bin, which isn't going to happen. So I think I Apologize off New Day Rising is really great. I think Hate Paper Doll as a 2 is important. And yeah, okay.
Books About UFOs too. Nobody said that, but that's
pretty sick too.
So that's a real sorbet, isn't it? That's a real palate cleanser.
So one thing I do want to say here is I feel like it really speaks to the depth of the band that we're at 9 and I Apologize is just now coming up. And I feel like any other band, I Apologize not only gets in unanimously, like we're not even having to question it. Like somebody would have brought
that side A of New Day Rising is one of the best sides of music.
Yeah.
Period. Like, yeah, we didn't like New Day Rising is at 2, and like I came in like I would love to have that on there, but I just don't think we're gonna have room. But my 2 would probably be Something I Learned Today, and I Apologize, even though like Books About UFOs is a close third. Sorry Somehow I Love New Day Rising is incredible, but Something I Learned Today and I Apologize would be the 2 that stand out to me.
That's where I'm at
for now. Yeah,
we have 2 left. We'll have 8, right?
Right. Yeah. If you had 2, if you could pick the 2, Christian, which 2 would they be?
Out of everything left?
Yes.
Ooh. Like I said, I feel like as the newbie here, I've got more than enough in that I would like, but if it's my opinion is important in this context, I probably go somewhere completely different because I didn't have either of those. But I'm fine with with both of them. I would probably, just for that kind of left field grant being kitschy, probably like books about UFOs, and I did like In a Free Land, but it's not even in the conversation at the moment, and it is a 2, so for what it's worth. But do with that information what you feel.
I have to. I hate to phrase this way because you've already said that you're good. It is wild that we are not just rubber stamping. I apologize.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that's
what you said, Justin. You got a lot of responses on Threads or whatever it is that you posted on. Like, which one of these had the most like listener response?
Let's see. Again, this was last check. I apologize. Had 3. Something I learned today had 3. Let's see what else is in this conversation. In a Free Land got 1. What else are we talking about? Books about UFOs. I don't think got any. Sorry, somehow had 3.
Okay.
I think everything else we kind of landed. Everything else that people were answering. So I'm going ahead and rubber stamping. I apologize. I think it's something I learned today as well, but like, I'm open.
What do we have? We have 3 Grant songs, right?
Oh, right. That's right. We have
Hill, Pink Turns to Blue, and Don't Want to Know If You're Lonely.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess that was the better question than album representation, right?
Yeah, very interesting.
So let's do something I learned today. Again, Christian already okayed it, so I don't feel as bad kind of steamrolling him here.
Cool.
All right.
Man, Zen Arcade, you got me already.
Yeah. All right, so I'll run this down. Celebrated Summer, Makes No Sense at All, The Girl Who Lives on Heaven Hill, Pink Turns the Blue, Chartered Trips, Don't Want to Know If You Are Lonely, Could You Be the One, Everything Falls Apart, I Apologize, Something I Learned Today. This feels like another band here, John, where literally any of those could be made a case for, right?
I think this is the first time that I've literally, I have no idea. Like, it could be any of them. Yeah, I don't know. My top Celebrated Summer's right there. Pink Turns to Blue. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Throw a dart.
Yeah, it very much feels that way, right, Christian?
No, not for me.
Oh, interesting.
Out of the 10, there's a standout. It's not my favorite because it was a 2, and I'm grateful that we squeezed it in. But looking at particularly the unanimouses, Celebrated Summer for me all day long.
Oh, okay. All right. What do you think, Gavin?
Yeah, it'd be Celebrated Summer. Makes no sense at all for me.
Those are the 2 I was looking at. Celebrated Summer makes no sense at all. It sounds like it should be Celebrated Summer, judging by the way that went. So let's not make it any harder on ourselves, eh? Let's grab Celebrated Summer. I'll get that queued up underneath us, and I'll run it down one last go. Did you stop? How dare you? Don't do that. Celebrated Summer, Makes No Sense at All. The Girl Who Lives on Heaven Hill, Pink Turns the Blue, Chartered Trips, Don't Want to Know If You Are Lonely, Could You Be the One, Everything Falls Apart, I Apologize, and Something I Learned Today rounds out our 10. With that, let's let Celebrated Summer get a moment in the sun. Yeah. Fuck yeah. All right, we have done it. If for some reason, chances are you're here because you're already a Hüsker Dü fan. Chances are, if you don't happen to be, and you enjoyed this conversation at all, you enjoyed any of the little clips that I've been playing underneath us, do yourself a favor. Just listen to this band. Listen to this 10. I guarantee you'll this is one of those bands, like John said, like they probably inspired a band that you like. And sometimes it's just good to touch base with that. So just do it. This is a band I for sure should have dove into a long ass time ago and just never did it. Glad for the excuse, very glad for the experience. So I've done it. Now you can too. And we are a podcast, so feel free to shout at us about our answers because Gavin almost wanted to a couple times here. So I mean, you might as well join him in shouting at us. Well, you can do that on Spotify. You're allowed to leave comments now. You can do that on Apple Podcasts. But if you're going to do it, please leave a 5-star rating. It's super helpful. Would appreciate that a great deal. If you want to help the show, patreon.com/ohijustin is a great way to do it. It costs you $1 a month. It gets you in the door, gets a deprogram before the rest of the world, the after the fact conversation we're about to have. And the ever so occasional Oh Hi Justin. I am trying to work out a time where we've talked about an episode a day thing for deprogrammed musical conversations. I will probably be hosting those on my Patreon. Just trying to make space for it. So we're almost there. We'll get there when we get there, but I'm hoping to get that up and running sometime in 2026. So here's hoping, fingers crossed. It also gets you access to certain channels in our Discord. It gets you an automatic invite to the Discord, the Legion of Stupid Discord. Come on in. We're counting, as John said earlier. We are also growing a tree. There's music leaks. There's all sorts of stuff happening in the Legion of Stupid Discord. And as mentioned, you get an automatic invite if you pledge at least $1. Kick that up to $5. It does get you into like some of the other channels, like the Braining channel, channels that like we try to talk about what's going on in Oh Hi Justin world. We come up with ideas, things that, that we can try and do going forward for the show. All sorts of stuff can happen there. You want to help the show, but don't feel like you can give the money, man. I understand. In many ways, it's more important that you tell somebody that you're listening, or you share, you comment. All those things in today's world definitely help us be more visible. So it would be greatly appreciated if you could do that. But like I said, the absolute best way to help this show is by telling somebody that you listen to it. Hey, I listen to the program. You should too. And with that, Hüsker Dü. Learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Bye.